Imagine standing at the edge of history, with the ability to step into the past or leap into the future. Time travel, a concept that has fueled the dreams of scientists, philosophers, and dreamers alike, has always felt like a whisper on the edge of possibility. But what if it were real? What if the very fabric of time could be torn, manipulated, or rewritten? What would it mean for humanity, power, and the course of destiny itself? Throughout the ages, time has remained an unyielding force, a straight path that cannot be altered. Or so we thought. In laboratories and secretive research institutions, whispers of breakthroughs suggest otherwise. The experiments began with the manipulation of time on a microscopic scale. Small shifts that could seem insignificant, but hinted at the unimaginable. Some scientists believe these experiments could only create pathways to alternate timelines or parallel realities, while others feared they could tear apart the delicate threads that bind history together. One theory stood out among all the rest: the concept that time is not linear but malleable, like clay in the hands of discovery. The first untested prototypes, hidden in the secrecy of black projects, were rumored to produce shifts that allowed observers to witness key moments in history without altering them. The idea was tantalizing: step into a moment like the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Observe the figures in their natural decisions and actions, and return without consequences. Yet each step into the unknown had consequences, far greater than anyone could have predicted. It was in the midst of these experiments that researchers began to discover an unsettling truth. Every attempt to manipulate time, no matter how small, produced anomalies. These anomalies were unpredictable, and their presence suggested that time itself was alive, fighting back against tampering. For instance, small temporal experiments intended to alter minor details could inadvertently erase events, histories, or entire populations from existence. Time, it seemed, was not merely a straight path to the future, but a living, breathing thread capable of repairing itself, correcting human interference. The attempts to control time sparked not just scientific intrigue, but a moral dilemma: how much interference could humanity tolerate without losing the very essence of its own existence? The twists came with revelations that time may not simply be a singular, linear path, but a web of possibilities. What if multiple timelines existed simultaneously, splintering reality with every choice, every event, every small decision? If time could be accessed or shifted, would it become possible to step into an alternate version of our world? A world without war, a different outcome for a pivotal historical decision, or perhaps even the ability to rewrite one's personal past. But with every glimpse of this new possibility came a chilling question: if every choice could lead to a different outcome, which reality would be true? One, which timeline would remain stable? And could humanity ever return to the path it once knew? The most shocking breakthrough came from the discovery that time might hold its own defenses. Researchers hypothesized that the universe maintains balance by actively resisting tampering. This unseen force could manifest as seemingly random events that erase temporal changes, like an immune system rejecting foreign interference. Some even suggested the presence of temporal gatekeepers, forces or entities beyond human comprehension, working to ensure that history remains untouched. As these ideas gained traction, the experiments shifted from ambition to desperation. Scientists wondered whether the risks of opening time portals outweighed the tantalizing potential to explore history and access future knowledge. One final experiment would change everything. With evidence mounting that time's very fabric could snap under pressure, scientists planned one last journey into the unknown. This time, they would venture far into the future, seeking knowledge about humanity's fate, technology, and destiny. But as the countdown began, the very machine they had built to peer into time began to tremble. Instruments whined, data shifted erratically, and the air grew dense with a sense of something unraveling. The experiment did not end as planned. Instead of gaining insight into the future, the machine seemed to dissolve into itself, as if time was rejecting its very presence. It was not a success or a failure. It was a warning. What did they uncover? No one can say for certain. The experiment remains classified, buried in years of secrecy and silence. Time, it seemed, was not merely a tool to explore, but an enigma far more powerful than the minds who sought to conquer it. Some believe humanity learned its lesson and abandoned its experiments altogether, leaving the manipulation of time to stories and speculation. Others claim that what those scientists glimpsed during their final experiment haunts them to this day, a glimpse into a future that humanity may never be ready to face. Now, we stand at the threshold of understanding. Perhaps time travel is a dream, a question, or a path that has already been paved, hidden just beyond our reach. Or perhaps it is humanity itself that must learn to respect the flow of time and the fragile nature of existence. Whatever the truth may be, the question lingers. What if we could step out of our own reality and glimpse the infinite possibilities of what was, what is, and what could have been? The search continues, hidden in the shadows of physics and philosophy. Maybe, one day, we'll find the answer. Or maybe the answer will find us first.